Three.
Yes, 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 yes. We are live. Today is November 1st. This month, I'm going to call it again a month of blessings. The month of
Yeah.
October, it was a month of blessings. Yes, even now, this month again, November, it's a blessing. It goes on, it landed on Saturday, and the Saturday is our day where we always come here and educate other mothers, other fathers, other people who wanted to change their lives. And we are so lucky again. November landed today, Saturday. Yay! So
Yeah.
we are calling this month a month of blessings again. So welcome, welcome, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, auntie, uncles, nephew, niece.
What?
Everybody, you are welcome to this page. And we love you before even you think to come, and we will continue to love you. So you are very welcome, and I am so happy to welcome my guests too, my sisters. So God bless you for taking this time. And we are all here for one purpose. We are people with a passion, and we are people who love to help, who love to educate, who love to help. So if you have any question, don't hesitate. We have our comment section there. Just come, write whatever you want to write, either a compliment or comment or question. It's okay. We're gonna receive all those. So thank you so much again. So our topic today that we are going to break it down is breaking generational limits. It starts with us. So breaking generational, it starts with us. The limit of that, it starts with us. It's not gonna start from somebody else. I know some of us or all of us, we have get to point where we realize that, oh, we are not just living for ourselves. No, we are doing this for the generation that's coming after us, the generation that is following us. I know as us here, we are parents, and the most of our parents, the very, very first priority that we put in, I know we, this, our children, that's our generation. So to break that limitation, the generational limit, we have to do something that is lasting, like lasting legacy for this other generation that's coming after us. And those generations will do something else for their kids or their kids' generation. And for us, it will be like our grandchildren. If God provide us that life to live long and see our grandchildren, grandchildren, it will be so, so blessed. So today, that's what we are going to talk today. We're going to be so honest and tell you what happened and what is going to happen and what do you need to do and think like that. So without taking much time, let's go. I'm going to ask everybody to introduce whoever I'm going to call. She's going to introduce herself, starting myself. My name is Beatrice Irankunda. I'm originally from Burundi, a mother of four, a preschool teacher. I've been forgetting adding this, a Sunday school teacher too, and a business owner. So today I'm happy. That's where, as I started it today, I'm happy to be here so we can elevate others. So I'm gonna go with, if I start with Sister Regina, she's, I know I said her name, but she's gonna tell us, maybe I pronounced her name wrong, but she's gonna tell us how she pronounced her name correctly, or she's gonna tell us full name, whatever she wants us to know about her. And I'm gonna ask her to go ahead and tell us about what she think about this this topic, what she can say about it. About, okay, Regina, after you tell us who you are you gonna tell our audience, because they are around here, even though we can see them or we can see them, so they are around, they are waiting to hear from us. When you hit the phrase, when you hear the phrase breaking generation limit, what does it mean to you personally? Okay, sister, go
Okay.
ahead.
Hi, everyone. How are you, my sisters here? It's good to see you again on this beautiful day. It's the first day of this month that is going to be full of success and breakthrough. So, for audience who don't know me, my name is Regina, and I live in Washington State. I'm originally from Kenya. I'm a mother of three. I am so blessed also to be working as a nurse in a hospital. I work 2 days a week. And then I run this digital business. Most of my time I spend at home, and I thank God for this. So, and of course, in relation to the question that Beatrice wanted me to answer, it also tells my story because I'm breaking those beliefs. So, for me, breaking generational limits means like changing, the narrative we grew up with. When we, like most of us here are from Kenya. Not all of us are from Kenya, but we are all from Africa. And when we grew up, the belief that success only comes from one path, that one path, we have to follow a certain path for us to succeed in life. Also the belief that for you to succeed, you have to struggle, 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 and then success. And that success is so little at the end. And it's also about, creating options in life so that we don't have to believe, like, after not believing it's only one path, then there are other options that we can follow. So that is how we break those limits, and also, creating a life that is different for our children, different mindset as they approach life, as they approach, as they go out to the marketplace, as they grow, and so that they don't have to follow the same path. If at all we don't believe our, like for me, I believe the path that I grew up following is something that I break. I've already broken. So, like, also believing that I can build a legacy for the next generation, so that whatever I'm trying to break or whatever I'm breaking adds with me, so that I don't pass it down to the next generation, so that the generations that will come will know that they will just hear history, that this used to be the path, but this path has been broken. So I just want to highlight what I mean by it when I talk about the path that, especially the path, beside everything else that I've said, the path that we grew up knowing. We were taught that there's only one path that you can follow. Back in Africa, if anyone watching us is from other place and that was not their story, for us here, you see, we were taught like going to school is very, very important. My kids go to school, so don't get me wrong. But they told us that you go to school, you get a very good, you get very good grades, which is still good. I want my kids to get good grades, get a good job, and then work for like 30 to 40 years for somebody. And then after that, maybe during that working 30, 40 years, of course, you're working at least where I live 40 hours a week. You can imagine you're so much absent at home. And then retire if you are lucky to retire. If something doesn't, if you're lucky to retire, because so many things can happen and you don't end up retiring. So that means breaking the limits here. It's realizing that there are other possibilities, that you don't have to follow those, that blueprint that they handed to us. And I can tell you here, we are breaking those limits, because that's why we are here doing this business and telling you guys that there is another way out. You don't have to follow that path, because this path deprive us of our time with our families, the family that we love. It deprives us time even for ourselves. We have no time to pamper ourselves when we are only working and working, breaking our backs, not resting. And so when you come home, you're so grumpy and absent. Yes, present physically, but absent in our minds. So, and then the other thing, I hope I can go faster. But the other thing that I must mention is, that breaking that financial ceiling that you get, when we are working, because these paths give us a limit that we cannot go beyond. Because when you are employed by somebody, that means you have a cap. Your finances or your income has a limit. You have a cap that you cannot go above. So, and that is how our parents taught us. Like when you go to school, like for me, when I came here, I'm a nurse. There is somewhere that I cannot go beyond. Even if I work so hard, even if I work for so many years, there's a cap to my nursing job. They can only pay me so much, regardless of how many years of experience, regardless of how much I give. It really doesn't matter because there's a cap. But breaking the limit here means I can earn as much as I want. I'm the one to choose what limit is going to be for me. And this can only be by finding another path like the one we are talking about. And that's why we come here every day, talk to you about this business, because it's changing lives of so many people. It's changing our lives and so many other people in this community, because we are thousands of people. So we have to learn to dream, to dream big, and also to teach our children that our dreams don't have to be delayed. Like you don't have to wait until you have served this much for you to be successful. So we have to be, very intentional to pass these, broken limits to our next generations and the others that will come. So let me say one more point, uh, because of time. So there is also, I think I mentioned about mindset, because mindset is very, very important. If I don't mention about mindset here, I think I will be not be doing justice to the people listening when I'm talking about breaking the limits, because until we change our mindset, we cannot be able to break these limits. So I would like to say that for us to be successful in breaking these limits, we have to change our mindset and tell us that we don't have to follow this path. We don't have to believe that this is the limit. We don't have to believe that our kids cannot travel, because we grew up like things like traveling, success is for them. It's not for us, it's for them. But the limits that we want to break here is to for our kids, and even for us now that we know, is to know that yes, we can invest, we can be successful in business, we can travel whenever we want, because we have flexibility in terms of time and finances. We have flexibility. So that is very, very important. But this can only be done if our mindset has been transformed. So I don't want to take more time, because this is a very wide question that can be answered in so many ways. But I want to leave the rest for my sisters here to continue with that. So back to you, Beatrice, and thank you for your time.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you so much, Sister Regina, for sharing you all this very, very helpful educational message for our audience and to ourselves too. So we've been listening and we heard a lot from you. And the very important thing that caught my attention is like we are creating the life that is different for our children. As we said, that's how we break generational limit. Because if we don't break it, we will leave our kids the legacy that carries our story in the back. Like as she said, mindset. Yes, you cannot make any changes since your mindset is not changed. You need to change your mindset. You need to change how to think. You need to change how to look from past to present and to future too. Because if you don't make a connection of these three moments or these three things, then you're not gonna make any change. You will stay in maybe in the past or where you are in present instead of thinking further to go in the future. What do you want your children's future look like in the future? Mindset. And how are you going to change that? By breaking this generational limit. Because we have some limits that it's okay, you are fine. I grew up, I am here. And they will try to give them, oh, I grew up in a country that was not even in this. Of course, did you grow up in a like happy life that you really wanted, or it was a complaining life where you were complaining, I wish I could have this, I wish I could have done this, but there is no way, but there is maybe you didn't even have someone to tell you what to do, to educate you. But today we are so lucky. And thank you so much again for sharing this. If I go to the next person is going to be Beatrice. So Beatrice is going to tell us, was there a moment when you realized you were meant to be the one to change your family's story? And the Beatrice is me. Hi again. My name is Beatrice. As I said from the beginning, from my introduction, I'm a mother for a preschool teacher, a Sunday school teacher, and an online business owner. So, yes, there is a moment where I realized that I need to make a different story for my family. And when I say my family, maybe I'm gonna start with my own children. That's my family. But I have a family where I came from too. My siblings and my mother, my daddy, but my daddy is not alive again anymore. So well, in spirit, yes. So I'm gonna say yes because if I remember how I grew up myself, I didn't grow up in a good condition. That's what I can say. A healthy life. No. Okay, this is what happened. I was born in a different country from my original country. My parents, they flew from their original country, our original country, Burundi. They flew because of what? Because of the civil war. And then they flew to Congo. That's where I was born. I grew up in Congo, but I did not stay there again because of what? Because of the civil war again. What happened in 1996? We flew again from Congo. We went to Tanzania. See, I was born in one country. I grew up half of my life in that country, and then I went to finish to go to continue my growing up in another country. I got married in that country. I got my kid in that country, and now my kid, I flew again from that country. Now I am a refugee or immigrant in the United. Now my kids, some were born in Tanzania, and I was in the refugee camp. Can you imagine? Refugee camp. You never been in a refugee camp, but don't wish to live there. Don't. That's not a good place. I'm gonna tell you. I lived there, but it doesn't mean I was there happily. And it's hard. If I want to talk about the refugee camp life, it's gonna be another topic because that's a long story. So if you can hear that, so I was born in this country, I grew up here, I got married in this country, I got some of my kid in this country. I now come in this country. I got my two other kids, two from the other country, and this one. So can you imagine it, that all this is sequence of going that's how I learned a lot from all this moving and moving. I learned a lot, and the lesson was you can do it. Making a change is very hard, but you can do it. So I did not want my kids maybe to to face it the same way, the same life. I said I need to do something. I need to do something that can change, like a change, create something different for my kids. Otherwise, I will stay in here in this country, and this country, what we are doing, we are working for bills, and unexpected expenses are coming in, flowing in our top, our basket that is full with bills, and we live a life with complain. Oh, this country. But there is a way. You see, even on my background, it says it's never too late. You can do it. You can change it. You can change the life that you are living today. You can create something new for your generation. You can break that limit and do something new. Create something new where your kid will appreciate you. Yourself, when you get older, your future will appreciate you. So we don't stay in our comfort zone. Comfort zone will never let you go anywhere. Comfort zone will show you everything is impossible. You cannot achieve this. You cannot do this. You have this. You have this. The comfort zone will show you the excuses. It will never open your mind. But once you take action and move just a little bit, move out of your comfort, you will see how you were back in time. So I did not want to my kid to face the same as me. So I decided, when I saw the ad about this online business, I said I'm gonna take the leap of faith. Leap of faith, just to challenge myself if I can do it. Don't listen to my inner voice and negativity coming in. You can do it. You are an immigrant. You can do it. You are a mother. You can do it. You are carrying a lot of heart. Yes, I know my plate is full, but on the side of my plate, I'm going to squeeze a little bit this time. Because when I heard this ad, it says that it's a flexible business, online business. You don't need any background. I said, yes, I take that one. I don't have that background. It's a flexible. Yes, I was looking for that thing that would give me time working on my teaching career, and they do that. And there is a team of coaches. I said that I take that. I need somebody to hold my back, because myself, I cannot do nothing. You know, no one knows everything, and no one doesn't know anything. I know some. My sisters here, they know some that I don't know, and I know some that they don't know. So us together, we teach each other, and we push each other, and we lift each other up. So that's why I said yes to this online business, and I can testify. I can give you the testimony another day, not today, the goodness and the mercy that I have seen in this business. So that's why I said it's never too late. Our audience who is listening to us right now, you can take a leap of faith. You can do what we did. You can come and grow with us. We welcome you. Don't worry, and don't be, oh, I'm gonna be alone. You will never be alone. So thank you so much for that. And if I move to the next person, um all right, I'm gonna move to the next person, who his name is McKenna. And McKenna is gonna tell us about what was the hardest mindset shift you had to make to believe you could create something different. Sister McKenna, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Beatrice. This is a wonderful topic. I love it. Yeah, so for those who are watching us, or maybe will watch this later, my name is McKenna. I was born and raised in Kenya, but I live in the US. I am a mom of three teenage boys, and I am a digital business owner, and I bless the Lord for this opportunity. As I have said, I grew up in Kenya. And hey, growing up in the village, it comes with a lot of things. Because most of the time, it's all about what people are saying. It's all about how I grew up. And I have seen in my life, as I was growing up as a Christian, as a believer, I would tell the patterns, yeah, the patterns in my home. When I was growing up as a young girl, I could tell, yeah, wealth belonged to that family. Yeah, business belonged to those people. They are really good in business. And there is a lot of things that I had found myself with. And when you talk about generational limits, and we are the ones to break those, I fully believe in that. And can you imagine? I brought that into the business. Even when I had that big push that yes, I needed to change my life, I still had the past with me. I carried the past with me. And sometimes when we carry the past with us, we're not able to break through. And that really took me a long time because sometimes we speak in theories. Before I was speaking that in theories, but now I am speaking through experience because those are some of the things that I have gone through. So the hardest mindset shift that I was first and foremost thinking differently. It took me a long time to believe in myself, to dream bigger, yeah, to step out, even as a believer, to step out in faith instead of fear. I really struggled with those things, and I had to stop waiting for someone, yeah, to tell me, hey, how to start believing in God and in myself, and to let myself know that yes, I am enough, yeah, because sometimes as you grow up you see the lack, the struggle, the sirens around us, and sometimes we dream but we are not able to get or to accomplish our dreams. Why? Because we have those things that are really like covered us like in layers, yeah, layers of struggle, layers of poverty, layers of unbelief, layers. So to get all those out, it took me a long time just to start doing things differently and to break that chain. It really took me a long time. So when I started believing, I start renewing my mind through prayer, through the Word of God. I start surrounding myself with people like you guys who are very positive, who are always there to encourage and to speak positivity instead of repetition, and believing that I could. Sometimes it takes God. And when I started believing in myself, and I told myself, McKenna, I am enough. It doesn't matter how I grew. Then I was able, the lenses, I was able to see, behold my past, and be able to grab what God has in store for me. So my mindset shift for me started believing that I'm worthy of success. I'm worthy of victory. I am able to make that difference in my children's life. Hey, that is the best thing that I did. So my these days my past does not define who I am, because I've realized I have a lot of potential in me. I have all what it takes. Remember, as we always say, this business you don't need any experience to start. So when you start, that's the time you realize, oh my goodness, so I could do it. So I could do it. And that has really helped me in so much. So that shift is the foundation of my freedom. And that's why I'm talking to somebody who is listening to us today. When you decide to change your life, that will be the foundation. That will be the foundation of your freedom. And I want to say this as I finish. God has a big plan for you. But always remember, there's no way God will come one day and say, hey, McKenna, here is a blueprint of my plan for you. Sometimes it gets so hard for us. We have to keep on pushing. What dream do you have? Do you see any limitation? Do not stay there. Keep on going. Keep on going. And you'll realize how much you'll be able to achieve within a short time. The only thing is that mindset shift. And for me, as I have said, I struggled, but here I am today, impacting the world and letting the world know that, yes, they can change their lives too. Thank you, Beatrice. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing all this. That's encouraging somebody who is there, who is thinking, can I do it? Am I enough to do this? Today, just sister just said it. You are enough. As she was thinking before that she's not enough. But after that, she realized that I am enough. Why not? They are doing it. I can do it. I can make a change. The only thing that I need is to make a decision and to make my decision in going in the right way, right direction. That's all. When you make a decision, when you have these ideas and then you plan them and then you make them go in the right direction, you are all set and you are all done. Everything will change. The way you were thinking, maybe you are not enough. No, that was just a negativity that was coming into you, that wanting you to sit in your comfort zone without moving. So, and then the mindset comes and said, listen to me. You are enough. You can change your destiny. You can change your story. Just accept to take a leap of faith. Mindset, it's a foundation of everything. Because if you don't set your mind, especially like a growth mindset, no, fix it. Fix the mindset will keep you the same place. But when you go to growth mindset, that's where you will open your mind wide and see, oh yes, they are doing it. Mothers are doing it. Teachers are doing it. Nurses are doing it. Pastors. Imagine a pastor. Pastor don't have a time. Because even though when they commit themselves, I'm gonna be a servant of God, that means you are accepting to do everything to help your people in the church, to answer their questions, to it's kind of this business. So you are there like ready and present to the church member to ask you to help you, to ask you for help. And as a pastor doing all that, being a mother and doing this online business, salute. You are doing a lot, mother, and God bless you so much. So our audience, again, the topic is it's breaking generational limits. We are trying to tell people don't put this excuses as your limit. I can't do it. I'm not enough. It all starts from us, and then our generation will learn from us. Thank you so much. So, if we move on, I'm gonna go to my sister whose name is Lois. She is going to tell us, including ourselves here and our audience, what kind of limit or parents did you grow up seeing that you decided to break? Welcome, sister.
Thank you so much, Beatrice, for giving me this chance. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. For me, it's a good morning. And today I want to talk about the topic we are talking about. But before I do that, I want to say my name is Lois, originally from Kenya, but currently I live in Oregon, USA, together with my family. I'm a mother to one young adult and a legal assistant by profession and a proud digital business owner. And today we want to talk to that person who is still holding on to those patterns, those habits that they had that we grew up them. And McKenna has talked so much about had mindset because some of those habits that or some of those patterns that we have created, they are out of the mindset because they say you cannot teach, sorry to use this word, you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. So when we grow up with those kind of habits or patterns, it's very hard, or it becomes like a part and parcel of our life. So breaking them is not as easy as we think. But some of us, or like, let me talk for myself, I did decide to break them. Why did I decide to break them? Because I realized that Rome was not built in one day, and they say when you go to Rome, do as they do, but you don't have to do as they do. You can decide to become yourself and start something different, something that works for you, and something that breaks the norm, because the norm is not always the best norm. It might suit somebody else, but it might not suit you. So, what am I trying to say? Because one of the patterns that we grew up ourselves, those of us who were born in those years that we were born, who are told what we have to do is go to school, work hard, and after working hard, we make sure we get ourselves very good jobs. And after getting those jobs, we continue working harder to go up the career ladder so that we can get to the top, because that is the only way we can be able to survive. And having been brought up in Kenya, let me not say we didn't say it as clock in and clock out, but we had something called sign sheet. If somebody remembers something like that, you still had to sign up in that black book. And so that's the way we grew up, knowing that if you're late, you're going to be pre-murdered. But now times have changed. You really don't have to do the things that you did in the 70s to make a living for yourself, or in the 80s or in the 90s, or even not in the 90s. Just the other day before the COVID clocked in, because I think some of us, COVID was a wake up call. We realized that some of the things that we do, we can put a stop to them and we can do them differently. And that's why us and some of us joined the digital world or the online world. It's not that it wasn't there, it was there before, but we used it for some other purposes. What did we use it for? I'm sure each one of us, if you're listening to us here, and even these ladies who are I am with sharing the same platform, have shopped online. So many times, even up to now, you still shop online. But the question is, why are you not using the online space to make a living for yourself? If you do have an answer for that question, continue watching us and listening to us. But I want to tell you that the online space or the digital world is the current currency. That is where everything is, and everything is going to that direction, because most of the things have been converted. Gone are the days when you really have to appear there as yourself, as a person. You can still work. Even I find myself like at times I have to work from the house. Why? Because things still go on. My presence doesn't matter. And that's how you can be easily be replaced. So what am I trying to say? I broke one of the cycles and started saying, I really don't have to work hard at the expense of my own health, at the expense of my loved ones, for the sake of me making a paycheck. There's something else that I can do different. And that's when we joined to this digital world and started working smarter and not working harder the way we were told to work harder. And then the other thing is the mindset, because we believed that is the only way we could earn a living. McKenna has talked so much about the mindset. I don't want to go back there. But you have to remember the reason why you're in the situation where you are right now is because of your mindset. Stop living in in a scarcity mindset. Even saying, I cannot get to that level where my fellow colleague is, even if it is like in a job, because this is where I am. I've had coworkers who say that they have already limited themselves. They have those limitations. And I'm a good example myself, because when I first saw this business, I thought I couldn't do it. Why? Because I had that limiting factor of telling myself that I'm an introvert, which is not the case, because those are just things that we make up for ourselves. Those are just things that we have decided this is who we are. Nobody was born an introvert. And I think God has given each one of us different gifts, and how you use them is what matters most. Because I remember very well, even in the Bible, when Moses was chosen to go and get the children of Israel, he said, why me? And I am a stammer. He had given himself that limitation that because he's a stammer, he cannot speak. But God knew the potential he has in himself. And that's why he told him, you still have to go. I'm going to use you. So if you're there and you're watching us and you're wondering, what do I have to offer when I get into this online space? I want to tell you, you have a lot of to offer. I told myself that so many times, but here I am. And I am thriving in the in the world of online. So even you can do that. And you have to acknowledge the reality that it is the high time you have to start rewriting your story. Your story is not just like being there, being that mom who is never present for their children. Break that cycle. Because I remember when I joined, when I came to the US, I always say I thank God I didn't have young children. But I remember there's somebody who shared with me her story, and she told me when she joined, when she came to the US, they had her and her spouse to decide who is going to be at home at what time. So you are deciding that who will be where because of the sake of the kids. Gone are the time you could decide that. Gone are the time we could decide that we have to leave our children alone and take them to the daycare. You can break that cycle. To me, it may not look like a cycle, but it is, because that is what everybody has been doing. But it is, because the minute you hear, yeah, here we only take our children to daycare as young as when they are 3 years or even 3 months or 6 months, because I think here we don't enjoy the luxury of a maternity leave like when we enjoyed back in my country, where you go back after 6 months, even you've weaned your baby. That is a cycle. It may not look like a cycle to you, but it is, especially if you have more than one child. So you have to decide you are going to break that and bring up your own children yourself. See their milestones, see every step they make, see them, see their first word, and don't be like one woman who was so much annoyed with the child because the only word that she literally wanted the child to say mama, but the child could not say mama. Why? Because the only word he knew was papa. Why? Most of the time the papa is the one who was at home. And so you're asking yourself, why can't my child call me mama? Mama is very easy to say. But that it's because you've decided not to break that cycle. You just want to take your child to daycare, and you still want, you work the day shift, I work the night shift. That is what it might not sound to you like a cycle, but to me, it is a cycle that we have created for ourselves. And you have to remember, at night, God meant we rest, and that's why we go to sleep. So go to sleep and do something else with your time during the day, and you can work when you're still with your children by jumping into this digital business. And also remember, you're not seeing us here by accident. Have faith. You've been praying, God has been seeing you, and you're still telling God, show me the way, show me the way. Which other way does he want you to see? And we come here every Saturday, and some of us come here almost every day. So you are seeing our pages every day. There is a live talking about this business. Ask yourself this question. Is it that these ladies do not have anything else to do, that they just keep talking about this business? We do have a lot to do. We have our 8 to 5 jobs. We have our families to take care, and we have so many other to take even for ourselves. But this is a passion that we have decided we want to share the good news with you, because even the Bible says, my people are dying because of lack of knowledge. We do not want you to say, I wish I met this business, or I saw this business earlier, and yet you have been seeing us every day. Some of us said that, but well, your time is now, your perfect time is now. So, how do you break that pattern? Make that decision, believe in yourself, and tell yourself, I deserve more and I want to get more. Remember, nobody owes you any explanation. We are not walking asking for permission. We are walking in purpose because we do not need any permission from anybody. Back to you, Beatrice.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, sister. That's a very, very powerful, powerful message to our audience, even ourselves too. Lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Oh, that's why when you lack that kind of knowledge, that's why you, if I know, that means if you know, like in the past, you will be sitting just watching or scrolling down, up and down, just going online, shopping something, and that's all. If you know, maybe if you know since that time, you will join these ladies. Oh, we are not the first people who started this, talking about this online business here online. We too, we saw some people advertising it. And we took a leap of faith because we wanted to know and to see What is this business about? After we took that leap of faith, we make a decision, right? We took action. Now, today we are here. We are trying to help others do the same. We've been in your shoes like a long time ago. We did not want to hear anything about change or do this. You may. I'm telling you, at the beginning, when I first saw the ad saying, would you like to work from home and earn extra income at the same time? I was see how people lie. How can you work from home and then make money? I thought maybe they were lying, and I even called them names, but seeing this over and over from different people, I said, wait a minute. If it's not coming from one person, it's coming from many different people, and many different people living in different countries. This is true. I need to try it. I tried it, and look now today. I'm so thankful for my decision. So you are now invited to change your mindset. That's the cycle. The first lady who started, she talked about mindset. The second, the mindset. The third, mindset. It's like a cycle, going to cycle, mindset to mindset, because all the changes it started from us. So we need to change our mind. If you are there listening to us, I hope this is gonna give you some ideas, and you're gonna see what you can do for the future. Thank you so much, sister, for sharing. Now I'm gonna go to our sister who's gonna tell us, Sister Annette is gonna tell us about how do you balance breaking all the patterns while also showing your kids or loved ones a new example. Sister, you are very welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Beatrice, and all the ladies here. And I get to learn a lot when I'm sitting here listening to each and every one of you, and the inspiring insights, and sharing all this. And we share to other people who are listening to us. But at the same time, when we're sitting here listening, you get to to a point where you're like, okay, that really resonates with me. And sitting here and having taken that leap of faith and started this online business, it really just makes sense that everybody who is listening to us today has to think about breaking the limit, generational limits at that. That's why we have come today to talk about breaking those generational limits. And now, this particular question that you just asked me here resonates with me right now in a big, big way. And hi, everybody. Before I continue, this is Annette. Annette is originally from Kenya, and I currently live in Minnesota, the cold Minnesota, USA, and I'm a mom of two and a nurse at my day job. And here is where I get to enjoy working online, teaching other moms, other nurses on how they can break the generational limits that we believe that it's only about 9 to 5, and that's about it. It's only about clocking in and clocking out, and that's how you believe that you're breaking the generational wealth. You would rather work long shifts, and at the end of the day, we believe that we'll get rich that way, and that has never happened. And that is when Annette here started breaking the generational limits last year, when I decided to venture into the online space. And today I'm here with my limited extremity, that as a nurse, not having my right hand has really, last night it was kind of a way that something that I'm really grateful for today is about coming on here. Even if your two hands are not working but one is working, you don't need all that to be able to run an online business. And I'm here today to talk about the parents. And this question right here has really come out in a way that I wanted to talk to parents who are out there. So Annette here, with this question, I will say that, we always talk about change. We always talk about change. We tell people they can make a change, they can start this online business. But I know that it's not about making that change happen, but it's about living it. As moms here, all these ladies on this beautiful screen right now, you see, they decided to make that change happen for themselves. but not even just leaving the change. I mean, making the change happen, but by leaving it, because they've been showing up here on your screens every single time that they have that time to show up, to tell you that there's a great opportunity in the online space. And today, Annette here, as a mom, as a nurse, I was supposed to be at work. But when I was limited by the injury I got last night, I'm here sitting, choosing to show up here, telling you that there's a better way online. Because if I did not have this online business right now, I could not have been sitting here telling you about making that change happen. Because as a nurse, we believe that we can work multiple jobs, we can be out there clocking every time. You know, we believe that we have the bag, we have the money. I would rather go work multiple jobs, I would rather go do this. But when you get an injury that like the one I got, I know then you realize that, oh, your job is not secure. And that is what I come here all the time to say, that, you know, nursing is a good job, it's a great career, and I love it so much. But at the same time, it's limited in a way that there's so much more you can do. But if you're not able to do it physically, then that means you're not there. You cannot clock in, you cannot do anything by using your nursing career. So here, talking about talking to parents who are out there, we choose faith over fear to come in the online space. I believe that I know everybody on this screen, and I know that most of us chose faith over fear to start this online business, because we have seen how this generational limits that we're limiting ourselves to only our 9 to 5. But you know, by our kids watching us every single day coming out here, they watch us, they know what we are doing. And we here is where we've been able to teach them that there's freedom in the online space, there's freedom out here. So we are living as an example, and our kids are watching very well what we are doing, and they get to learn exactly how they can make that change happen by themselves, because they know that, you know, if mom decided to take a leap of faith and did this thing, then why can I not do it? I mean, you know, that's when you start teaching them that, you know, they don't need a perfect mom out here, but they need that perfect mom. I mean, that mom who refuses to stay stuck. And that's exactly what we did as ladies out here, you know, teaching others that, you know, there's a better way out in the online space. And here is where we're breaking that generational limits. And you know, here is not about us, but I will say that we're living as an example. And every single day that we set an example out here, other moms relate to us and reach us out, and they're ready to start the business as well, because we know the possibilities in this business, and we know that most of immigrant families in diaspora can really benefit from this platform. And our families, everybody is watching every single day. It's not like they believe that we are doing this thing, but they started believing when they saw that there's so much possibilities and so much potential in this business. So when we come out telling you that it's not as easy as somebody would think, but when you have that mindset to do so, when you have the mindset to handle the challenges, when you have the mindset to manage your time properly, and that's how we speak about, you know, having that supplemental income online, so you can be able to do the things that matter most in your life. So it doesn't mean that there's no challenges here, but it's what we're talking about is how you can be able to manage the challenges and bounce back when life hits hard, right? So that's what we talk about. And here, if I'm talking about this particular question right here, how I'm showing my kids how they can succeed, and how success doesn't really mean that they have to get tired for them to show that they're successful. You know, as nurses, we believe that, oh, you know, I can work multiple jobs, I can work long hours, I'm capable, I'm physically fit, I can work as many hours as I can, and I can have money in the bank. But let me ask you, what kind of freedom do you have, especially moms like us? If you believe that your 9 to 5, your nursing job can really pay you very well, what kind of freedom are you living? How or when do you even use the money that you're making? Are you making money so it can sit in the bank so you can feel successful in that way? Or are you trying to live a better life and show up and teach your kids on how they can grow and how, you know, they can see success in so many ways? Because now they're seeing that you're constantly at work, they will do the same thing. And that is why we continue spreading these generational limits to our children even today. So here is where we've been able to choose to have that freedom for ourselves. We chose to be home with our kids. And I know that many people have changed their lives through this online business right here, because I know that our limited beliefs from where we grew up has really kept us for a long time. But when we decided to come in the online space and run this business in the online space, we have seen freedom happen. We have seen peace happen. We have seen that we don't work under pressure anymore because we have a side hustle that lets us rest when we're not able to work. Okay. So that's what I would say. And again, to wrap up, I would just say that, this generational beliefs that we have, we decided to change that story for our families and for ourselves as well. You see us sitting here on the screens. It's not that we are out here to show off. There's nothing we are showing off, but we are here to tell our fellow parents, our fellow immigrants, anyone at all who passes across this page or our pages that we are streaming live right now, you will know that we have changed our story just by starting an online business. And that's why we come confidently telling other people that they can start an online business as well, not because it's easy, but it's better than what your 9 to 5 can give you. Most of us are really limited at our 9 to 5, but we'll say that this online business, people feel, or they believe is that, it's not easy to break free, it's not easy to do it. But here we're telling you that if we've been able to do it and we are doing it perfectly, we know many moms can do it because there's flexibility attached to it. There's freedom guaranteed. There's time freedom and financial freedom guaranteed at the same time. Whenever you change your mindset from employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. And that's what we've been able to do it. And you can do it as well. So go ahead and choose freedom in the online space, because it's happening right now. And choose that belief that you can make a difference in your life. You can make a difference in your family's life, and you can make a difference in other people's lives as well. And that's what we chose to do. So let me tell you that you can start here today by just trying to see what you can make a difference from. And here is where we guide you through on how you can get started to check out our platform. And what you can do is to register your name on our website so you can watch our free webinar that has changed our lives. And guess what, guys? We have the greatest news that you can ever hear on this platform, because very soon, whichever page that you're watching from, you will see how we'll post again another promotion that is going on this month that is completely changing lives, so you can tap into it, so you can benefit from this platform right here. And the rest will be handed over whenever you click the link. Whenever you register, somebody will reach out to you and tell you exactly what the next steps will be. So thank you so much for having me here. Back to you, Beatrice.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming too. We are happy you came and you share all this good news to our audience, especially parents. This is good news for you parents. Faith over fear. You have to believe first, and then take the fear away, because the fear will give you a lot of excuses of limit. And we are trying to break this limit because we want to do something different. We want to create something different for the generation that is coming after us, our children. What kind of a freedom do you have? Oh, that question. You said it. You work 9 to 5. You get paid either monthly or by 2 weeks, be weekly, whatever you get paid. But is it enough? When are you enjoying that money? Do you have a time to sit down, to travel, to go see your lovely one, different countries or different states? Because that's the freedom. When you have the freedom of traveling, hey, there is nothing else that can count. That's a freedom. Do you have a time to cherish with your family instead of going to work? Myself, I work now 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just 2 days. Can you imagine? Do you think if I didn't choose to do this, I would get any time to rest or to enjoy with my family? No. By doing this, I got some change from my work, and today I'm enjoying it. I'm going to tell you, before I was not able to attend at any parent meeting. Whenever they need parent at school, I will never get there because I'm so tight on my schedule. Whenever my kid have this practice for their football sport or their basketball, I won't even attend. No, because I don't have time. Your practice time is my work time. Your game time is still my work time. So some of us we have a job that has endless education that you will never take. You will be teaching, learning how to teach, learning how to do this and that. So you have to choose something that will give you freedom. And this online business is a flexible business that can give you time to participate in your family time, in your work time, and your business time too. Because this online business, it doesn't require a lot of time. Just a 10 minutes, 20, 30 out of your time from your pocket, the time that you put in your pocket, just to take a 30 minutes and do this, you will be all set. You will move forward. Just a small step. Let's show our kid what we can do so they can learn from us. We teach them, if they grow up seeing us, that's 9 to 5, 9 to 5, waking up when the alarm goes on, oh, it's time, oh, it's time. They will grow up, they say, even my parent was waking up from the alarm and they were working 9 to 5. So what about me? So we need to teach them. We need to teach them what is better life look like. Yes, and not just to talk about money, but we can encourage them that stealing is not a good solution. There is something else you can do that can give you your freedom, can give you whatever you want. Thank you so much, sister, for sharing that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go to the now. Our sister Lini. Sister Lini, you are going to tell us, if your younger self could see you now, what do you think she would say? Thank you. The floor is yours, sister.
Thank you, my sisters. My name is Lynette. I am a mom of three. Mzaliwa wa Kenya, saizi niko hapa Marekani, living with my family. I'm in IT. I have been listening to each one of you, and you know what? Can I just pat on your back and say, God, thank you. I don't look like what I've gone through. In each one of you, I'm seeing a testimony. In each one of you, I'm learning what resilience looks like. Sometimes, people see us here smiling, laughing. We have the glow, but they have no idea what it has costed you to come this far. They have no idea where that shine comes from. And this is what I'm going to say. That yes, you don't look like what you've gone through, but you are who you are because of what you went through. Because with the time, I'm learning that there is a kind of beauty that just comes with the healing. Healing that comes from the lessons that we've learned. I would call it the survival grace, really, the survival grace. Many of us, there are moments, there are nights, we have cried ourselves to sleep. We didn't have a reason to smile. But you know what? He was refining you. In those moments that you thought everything is coming to a standstill, that was your refining moment. And so when you say, when the young me is already seeing me. She's here with me. She's here with me because she has been with me all this time. Okay? Just an evidence. Right now, a living evidence that storms will pass. You'll have your joy. And so thank you, each one of you, for sticking it out, even when it was hard. You had all the reasons to give up on yourself, really. Or give up on your dream. Or see no hope. But you didn't quit. Even when it got lonely, it did not. And so thank you not for waiting on any other person to clap for you. Because this moment, this night, I want you to be the one that embraces who you are and who you're becoming. Because the fact that you know what it means by being fast, because you know what? You set the pace from which creation flows from. So, as the young Lynette is awakening to the fruits of standing still, this current Lynette can only but follow the pattern, because there's already evidence, there's already a benchmark that the moment you say yes, that the moment you raise your hand over something that you will otherwise question yourself and say, oh, I don't know anything about that. It's like, that is the moment you go. And I normally say this, we crossed borders, especially as migrants, we crossed borders. We didn't know the cost by then, but we have lived to see the cost. And so why do we want to keep on dancing to a tune that was created not with us in mind? Why are we surviving these systems that were created with none of us in mind? You are following up something that is killing you softly. By the time you raise up to that occasion, it will be too late. And so thank you, sisters, for sticking out. As I talk to the young Lynette, I want you also to talk to the young self, because today you are a living testimony of what it means to believe in yourself. And sometimes when I wonder, where did we even begin to start hearing or going by what other people think or say about us? Who are you, by the way, to tell me what I should do? Unless you are a voice of reason that I've seen, knowing you care too much about me. But then, even so, I reach someone and say, hey, as a mother, that's what I've learned. The things that I've been pushing down to my kids, and I stand aside and say, by the way, I say that because that's the only thing I knew. But is there a possibility there's another way to do it? And that was my bold moment for that was, when you do this business, you get a chance to now really mix and mingle with these kids, pick their brains on several things. It's not because you don't walk through the door and they take off because they don't know who they're gonna meet. Because of the burnout that we go through this 9 to 5. If you don't take care, if you're going for those 3 shifts, if you're going for those 4 shifts, I mean, we're just human beings. We are just human beings, and we can push ourselves up to a limit. Beyond that, whoever you become, you even yourself don't know. And so I will say, before this business, really, that was my story. You walk in the door, and because of the face or the energy that you're showing, nobody wants to be around you. But because what? Peace is only found in stillness. And you can only be in stillness if you have time for you. We grow up not knowing who we are because all we do is show up the way we were told to show up. Show up the way we've been defined. Show up the way our society, our culture, our immediate environment has shaped us into being. So it takes you time to sit back and say, by the way, who I am. Let me remove Lynette. Who are you? Lynette was the name I was given. Okay. But who truly is Lynette? When you talk about freedom, it's only when you can fully know yourself, define yourself, stick out and say, that is a course that I will subscribe to because it talks to the inner me. Till then, you are subscribing to a definition or rather to a label that you are just given. And so thank you, Lynette, for growing into her. but I couldn't do it without this opportunity. This business opportunity is what has given me time, because you need time. You need time to really learn who you are. You need time to really know that you're not subscribing to what the society. You reach somewhere and you're not looking for validation from anywhere, because you know who you are and whose you are. You learn to protect your peace. You don't have to explain your growth or worth to any person. You walk in it. So as we are growing younger every day, we are becoming wiser and more softer, and that is where power is. And all because of what this opportunity is doing to us. I can talk here forever, but I want to talk to every person watching us, that your tomorrow will be proud of you today if you just make a decision. If you say yes, to start questioning those limits, yes, to stop subscribing to a system or to a venture that you only but found existing. While it served them right, it's killing you softly each day, and you know it. At the bottom of your heart, you know you're not happy. You don't have that relationship you crave for with your kids. I was reading someone say, hey, stop for a minute and just wonder why it hurts so much when you don't have true connection with those that you bore, those whose blood was originated from you. This something that is beyond any human explanation that happens when you have this clear, or rather clarity, on who you are in their lives, and not because of what you're bringing, but what value you are instilling in them every day. And so I have listened to my sisters here coming from the parent point of view. Yes, I would say the most important relationship is the relationship you have with kids. And if you are an immigrant, there's no way this system will give you room to develop those relationships, to know your kids for who they are, and not what you have pushed them to becoming. Because this is the reality. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. They'll be out there facing life on their own. Do you think they'll be showing up in their spaces from their own innermost thought, innermost feeling? Because till when can you now sit back and say, oh, whether I'm there or not, she got it, he got it. And so it gives you peace as a parent to know, hey, I did my part as a parent. But again, that only happens not when you are shouting, not when you are commanding, but when you are molding. And you can only mold when you have time. So, this is what I have to say. That as we are enjoying the fruits of this business in our becoming journey, as we are rising, if you have resonated to any one of us in the pains, in the struggles, and so up to this point, what we are becoming, just because of saying yes to this opportunity, then I'm gonna welcome you to grow with us, reach to any one of us. I tell you, I don't know how many times you have heard even the end of these ladies talking about money. We don't talk about money in this business because it's more than what we thought we were signing up for. And so don't let it pass you by. You prayed for it, and here it comes. Thank you so much, my sister.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your all about Lynette, and tell other people who you were in the past and who you are now, and maybe who you're gonna be in the future. So thank you so much. It's not about money, about success. Instead, it's about what? It's about healing. We are healing our old imagination, our old belief. We are trying to bring it new, to bring it to the new generation so they can learn from us. Remember, we are the one who's going to break this generation limit. It starts from us. So I believe to our audience, if you've been with us since from the beginning, I know you learned a lot. If you catch us from the middle, yeah, whoever was talking, you learn from that person. And if you just landed here, I'm going to tell you that our topic was about breaking the generational limit. It starts from us, from you, from me, from here and there and there and there. So we are the main character to do that. So whoever is coming after us will learn from us. And I believe that you were meant, right? You were chosen to be that person who's going to break those limits. You create something that your family believes that is possible, not impossible, possible. So they can go through, like they can step after your steps and they can make it as you made it. So, as I said, it's not just about money. We're going to tell, yes, with money, but not just. Yes, with money, but not just money. We're going to encourage our generation to do what we are doing right now, to learn what we learn. We learned a lesson, and now we are now correcting our mistake. Maybe, yeah, we learned from our mistake that we made in the past. Now, we are now doing something different. That's what we want our generation to learn and to teach their generation too, to teach their new generation. That's what we are doing. We are teaching our new generation. So God bless you. Hey, sister, you just landed. we were about to Edinburgh. Hey, welcome. How are you doing, Miss Jane Imani? Habari yako dada? Leo tumeamua tuwaambie ndugu zetu watusikie kwamba sisi ndicho chanzo cha kujenga maisha ya kesho kwa watoto wetu, kwa wajukuu wetu, hata kwa watoto wa watoto wetu. Sisi ni chanzo. Tunaweza tukaonyesha mfano mzuri kwa watoto wetu, hata na wenyewe wakawa watu wema, watu wazuri, na wakafanya mifano mizuri kwa watoto wao. Kwa hiyo tunawakaribisheni tena kwenye Saturday nyingine au Jumamosi nyingine. Karibuni mje msikie mengine maelezo, mafundisho yenye tumewaandalia, kwa sababu lengo letu ni kuwafunza wa ndugu zetu, wa mama wenzetu, wa baba, waje waelimike na wenyewe wajifunze kupitia sisi. Hata sisi tumejifunza kupitia wengine. Mungu atubariki na Mungu awabariki. Asante sana. Leo ndo tunamalizia hapa. Thank you so much for our audience, whoever got time to join us or whoever is going to join to watch the replay. You are very welcome and God bless you. So we are ending our live here. Thank you so much, my sisters, to attend. God bless you all and myself. Bye. We love you all.